Can you just introduce yourself for us?
Yeah, so I'm Alexis Thomas, also known as DJ E.
Love you, DJ E.
Period.
And what do you do?
So I'm a DJ disc jockey, whatever you want to call it. I've been DJing for about a year and a half now. So yeah.
Like the way you walking, if you walking my way, I'm that Red Bull. Now let's fly away, let's buy a place.
Yes, sir!
Let you be the judge, and I'm
How'd you get started?
Well, it was about summer of 2018. I was around like one of the apartments in Valdosta, and I met up with another DJ, DJ Ocho. I told him that I've been watching him since freshman year, basically seeing what he does, and I thought it was pretty cool. And I never seen a female do it, not here, like with my own eyes, I've never seen it. So I was just like, I want to learn. So he took me to like this little room in one of the apartments downstairs, and he set up all his stuff, and he was just like, here's the board, and he showed me like step by step what everything is and how everything works. And ever since then, I got my own equipment, got my own speakers, upgraded my laptop, and then I just started learning from there.
To be a DJ, I'm guessing that you have to have a passion for music. So where would you say that comes from?
So I'm gonna say my passion for music really comes from when I grew up, like especially around my granddad, my grandparents in general, because I was basically raised by them besides my mom, but they really put a lot of the music that I know in me. Especially my granddad, I grew up listening to Al Green, Marvin Gaye, Michael Jackson, all the oldies. That's what I grew up on. So I kind of do have kind of an old soul, but I try to put that in my DJing as much as possible.
Do you have a favorite era of music?
I definitely love 90s and 2000s. Like I could literally listen to that all day, every day. I don't care how old the song is. I love it.
So with my previous experience with DJs, y'all do a lot of mixing, y'all gotta know different songs and stuff like that. So how difficult is it to be a DJ?
It's very, very difficult to me. Not even saying that the DJ itself is difficult, but just like you said, it's hard to, especially when you first start out, it's hard to try to keep your crowd. That's really the hardest part about this industry, is keeping your crowd and making sure your crowd is interested, because you could be hype and get on the mic and say all this stuff and play good songs, and then you play one bad song and it's over with. So you literally have to keep the crowd interactive the entire time. Just crowd interaction. Like that's the only biggest thing for me about being a DJ, is keeping your crowd interactive.
Based off that, it's pretty much pleasing wherever venue you're at. How creative can you be as a DJ?
I feel like I'm creative as a DJ simply because, for one, I am a female, so I can bring a different like sex appeal that men can't bring. Also, I feel like the creativity comes from the music that you play. Some DJs try to stick to like mainstream artists, stuff you hear on the radio, stuff that people listen to every day. Some DJs try to put you on to underground music that people have never heard of, but it's also hard to do that sometimes, because if you try to put somebody on some new music and they don't like it, then you don't lost your crowd. So you really just have to have an ear for music and make sure, okay, I have a whole bunch of songs that I don't want to listen to, but which one is good that's gonna bring the crowd in and be like, okay, I gotta keep listening to her, or I gotta keep coming to her parties and stuff like that.
That's cool, I like that. Is there anything that you can think of that differentiates you from other DJs?
So besides me being a female, because I love to throw that out there, I'm gonna say my music choice, because like I said before, I do kind of have like an old soul, so I try to incorporate things that my granddad put in me, like all the old songs that I used to listen to and all the throwback music. Especially, I also try to mix things that have old samples in them. Like if somebody sampled like an old song, I try to, mix those two together. And usually it gets the crowd very interactive. So I do try to stay true to my roots, but also get the crowd interacted and make sure I'm up on the new music, but still mix it with stuff that I like to listen to as well.
Was there a specific moment where you knew like you were killing it being a DJ at one thing?
Yes, so it was a party that one of the promo teams down here was throwing, and it was at a bar here, and DJ Flint was on the stick. So usually I come up there and speak to everybody, whatever. So Flint literally whispered in my ear, he was like, I'm about to go to the bathroom, you got this. And I'm like, no, like I was not ready. This is the first time I've ever been in front of a crowd, like especially in front of my friends and the crowd that I never knew. And I was just like, I don't think I can do this. So I got on the sticks and I got comfortable, and literally as soon as my hands touched the board, I just instantly like fell in love with it. Like I was just like, oh my God, like this is really me. And I would go back and look at videos that people were recording of me, and I'm like, oh my God, that's really me. Like I was really out there doing that. So yeah, that was really just a moment where I was like, yeah, I gotta keep doing this.
How important would you say that having confidence is?
It is very, very, very important, especially with being a DJ, because if you don't have confidence, you're not gonna be confident in the mixes that you make and the transitions that you do. You're not gonna be comfortable to hear your own tags. I had to start being confident when I first started recording my own mixes, because I would try to compare myself to DJs that's already here. And I was like, no, you can't do that. You have to try to make your own sound and your own feel. So you just gotta get confident within yourself first, and then everything will just fall into place.
So you said you've been doing it for about 1.5 years now. Do you think people can distinguish your mixes from other DJs?
I really feel like they can, honestly, because like I said before, I try to bring like an old feel to some of my mixes, but I do try to incorporate new music as well. I do, since I am a female, I do try to appeal to more of the females, but I do appeal to the male crowd as well. So I really feel like they can distinguish me from everybody else, especially with my tag. Everybody see me, they know the tag, so that's a good distinction from everybody else, so I do love that.
All right, so other than the creative side, there's a business side to being the DJ. So what would you say is business success?
So I'm gonna say the roadmap for DJs for business success is make sure that you don't get screwed over, because a lot of DJs out here, especially being a female, they're gonna try to screw you over. They're gonna try to tell you, your price too high, this is what you should do. If you drop your price, I'll pay you this, that, and third. You don't let them belittle you. Like, don't let them try to change your price. Whatever your price is, set that and stand by it. That's the only way you can be successful business-wise as a DJ. Because it's been plenty of times with me where I've DJed at a club or a party or a school event or anything like that. I set a price. Most of the time, if I know them, I could work with them, or I'll drop the price or make it higher, whatever I have to do. Like, I'll do that for certain people. But when you're trying to be in the business, especially when you're doing stuff professionally, like at a club or like a big party or something like that, where your name is like everywhere, you really have to be firm with your price, because people could literally take advantage of you, and they'll just be like, well, we can keep hiring her because we know we'll short her or not pay her enough or whatever. So you just have to be firm on your price. That's really what I think business success is for a DJ.
You keep bringing up being a female. So is there any element of being a black woman in that?
Most definitely. When you're a DJ and you're a female, people are automatically look at you like, oh, she want to be like a boy, or she want to be like, hood or street or something like that. Like, I try to have my own style, my own image, me being black and me being a female. It's already hard enough as it is. So sometimes I feel like I have to dress a certain way so people can know, hey, don't go that way. You have to know, but I mean, nothing's wrong with that, but sometimes, I want to be comfortable. Like, I want to wear sweats and forces and hoodies or something like that, or a jersey every now and then. But sometimes I want to dress up, wear a skirt, crop top, and heels. Like, it just really just depends on how I'm feeling that day. But I mean, I hate it's like that, but that's the society that we live in. Black females always get idolized as, you know, nasty and freak and all that stuff. So when I DJ, I try not to go for that first. I mean, obviously it's something that people want to hear, but you gotta show them the other side of a black female, like strong, independent, business, leader. Like you gotta show that too, and then throw in a little, you know, nasty freak, whatever you want to do sometimes. But yeah, you just have to try to distinguish the two with your music.
Going back to the business conversation, when would you say that like you started seeing like consistent bookings for you?
So it was really after I dropped my first mix. We had like a little mix competition. It was me and Lavish because we were the newest DJs coming up. So he did win, but after that, people said they listened to my mix and they were like, I didn't even know you were DJing. Like I didn't even know that was you. I want you for my birthday. I'm having a kickback. And then I got a call from a club down here. They were like, we about to do like College Wednesdays. I want you to do that. So it was really when I started putting myself out there for real and started making mixes for everybody to hear. It was really when I started seeing my bookings.
Can you tell us a little bit about some of your growth and your struggles as you reached this point?
So I'm definitely thankful for both my growth and my struggles. I feel like my struggles made me better and made me grow even more. So with my struggles, I feel like the most thing that I struggled with was keeping up with music that comes out, because new music comes out literally every single day. And when you're a DJ, if you don't keep up with it, they're not even gonna listen to you. They're not gonna look your way, they're not gonna do none of that. So you literally have to, social media plays a big part in that too, because people love posting like new albums on their story, or this is my favorite song, I wish I was in the club hearing this, that, and third. So when you see stuff like that, you gotta be like, okay, let me take a mental note, write this down or add it to my crate or whatever you wanna do. So that's mostly where my struggle was coming from, because like I said before, I like old music, so I can listen to old music all day, every day, and not even hear nothing that come up new or whatever. But as a DJ, you definitely have to keep listening and keep up with the times. So I feel like when I did that, that's when I really started truly growing, because I could appeal to women and men as well, not just play like girly music or twerking music or whatever. Like I can tap into the hood side or whatever you want to call it. Like I can appeal to both. So that's when I really felt like I grew the most.
Can you give us one of your biggest accomplishments as a DJ, and then also maybe just like a low point in your DJ career?
So I'm gonna start with the low. So I feel like the lowest part of my DJ career so far was probably when I started making mixes, and I don't know why I love to compare myself to other people, but I always get messed up in the end. But when I made my first mix and I seen everybody else, like I went to everybody else's SoundCloud account and I looked at how many views and how many listens they had, way higher than mine. And I was just like, wow, nobody wants to listen to me. Like, do I need to change my music? Do I need to change my name? Like, I was thinking about quitting. Like, I was just like, I don't know what to do. Like, what do I do at this point? And it just really felt like I was just kind of defeated. But it was literally just the smallest things that I needed to change, but I didn't know until I asked somebody. So that was probably the lowest point for me. I feel like the highest point, I guess, my highest accomplishment was probably when the Sisters Incorporated, they asked me to be a part of their DJ competition, Battle of the DJs. And even though I didn't win, the fact that I was even out there and a part of it was like my biggest accomplishment. Like, oh my God, people are really seeing me and they want other people to see me. And when I left that competition, I got second to Lavish, but people were coming up to me and like, oh my God, I did not know you was that good. I didn't know you was DJing, like you a hard female, this, that, and third. So I was just really like happy that people were actually watching me, seeing me. And I even got a mix on the radio. Like it was just like crazy stuff going on. Even though I didn't win, I'm like, how am I getting all this and I didn't even win? But that was probably like the highest point for me.
think you gave us a lot of gems. Is there any advice that you can give to DJs and then just to being a creative overall?
Yeah, I really feel like most of the time some people don't want to spread their wings and come out because they're scared they're gonna fail. And that was me at one point. I was scared that I wasn't gonna be good enough or people was gonna look at me because I am a female. And I really just got up one day and I was just like, you just literally have to go and do it. Like, stop being scared. If you fall, dust yourself off, get back up and try again. Like, you just have to have the mindset that I can do anything. I can keep pushing. If I fall, I can get back up and do it again and do it better. So you really just have to put yourself in a mindset that goes back to having confidence. Once you have that confidence within yourself, there's nothing that can, literally nothing out there that can stop you. So just have that confidence and keep pushing.
I love that. And then you can just plug yourself.
Oh, it's DJ. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at it's DJ_E. You can follow me on SoundCloud at that as well. And we love you, DJ E. Period.